Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades. And yep, let's just get into it and let's take a look at what Bitcoin is doing. As we can see right now, Bitcoin getting a slightly choppy day, as you guys can probably tell. We whipped up and then we whipped down, and now we're kind of ending the day flat. We are starting to retest once again 23,350 as support, and we just bounced off of it right now. But if this does end up breaking, we could be setting up for another potential double bottom pattern, sorta kind of what we did here, right, where we formed a nice W pattern and then we actually ended up breaking, and we made over 200% on this trade right here. So congratulations to the gold members inside the Discord who are catching those trades. I'm in actually a bit of a trade right now, just actually expecting a potential another similar setup right here, another potential double bottom. If this does end up playing out, then that will be great. And then if we could break up, then you'll probably go back up to 25,000 again. We'll see if we have enough energy to break through that. But if the markets keep on dumping, and again, we'll get into that in a little bit later. But for the time being, if Bitcoin does break down, I'll probably look at around 22,800 for support. But ultimately, you're going to be looking at the bottom of the range for some stronger support, which is basically going to be right around 22,500. You also have this upsloping trend line right here, which is better illustrated on this chart right here. Or I guess you could say it's a channel or just a upsloping trend line. But if you do come down here and you do make contact, then I would definitely get in the potential long position here. Remember guys, none of this is financial advice. Let's just actually get a little bit of a price label here and just put it right there. So 22,300 would be potential long if you guys were looking for a long position. But if you want to short it until here, again, practice your risk management, pay attention to your trades, and set stop losses. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on market Cipher, see what's developing here. We can see on the daily time frame, we are looking a little bit more bullish with a 9 and the 0. Again, the dual band strength in this giving us some potential numbers there. Again, we still have green money flow. Things are looking good. Another pump to 30K is not out of the woods. We could still definitely do that, but we're going to see the bullish case and the bearish case. And obviously, if the markets rally back up to a double top, then you could have Bitcoin rally with it, which could push it up to 30K. When the markets get risk on and Bitcoin's the riskiest asset out there for them, then they're going to push it up. All right, so let's take a look at the 4-hour. Right now, we are getting some red money flow right here, so please pay attention to that. We just got another red dot confirming here on market Cipher A and on market Cipher B. So if this does start to come down, look for that potential double bottom pattern to play out. Okay, so again, what you want would be most likely another dip towards 22,800 and then a potential higher momentum wave, right? And then you have your bullish divergence on your momentum waves. Or if you actually even make a lower low here and you still get this, that would be even more bullish as well. So I would definitely get into a long position. But again, I'll keep you guys, the Discord members, up to date. And if you guys actually want free trades, I do offer free trades. We are actually in a free trade right now. Again, I gave this call out today inside the Discord. I'll actually pull it up for you guys right here. Again, let's pull up the Mickey trades that I have for you guys. Again, we actually ended up entering right around this area, and we are in the money now on this this forex trade that I have going on. So if you guys enjoy those, feel free to leave a like. I do give free stuff to all the members. And again, this was perfectly timed, I guess you could say. We actually entered it right on the breakdown, and now we are getting a green cross right here. But I'm confident that we will potentially see more downside in the Euro USD. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on Wave Edge actually. So we can see that on the daily time frame, we actually got a lot of sell signals, and then we had a potential two red crosses, which was quite bearish in my opinion. Now we're starting to float down. We're at the middle of the Bollinger Bands. If we get another green cross, that would be a potential long signal for Bitcoin. Again, obviously this indicator does amazing things, indicating when the prices reverses, or when price is going to pump, or before price is going to drop, before the pumps and the drops happen. Again, it's very expensive. The link is in the description, but overall works very well. But it does require input from the user. You do need to identify what the trend is right now. We can see on the weekly time frame, we did get some very big buy signals for Bitcoin, potentially signaling a bottom in the Bitcoin price. Again, I don't even think that even in the history of Bitcoin we got that amount of buying around these lows right here. We got a lot of buying right around 18,000, and then you got the FTX crashed, which basically pushed Bitcoin down another 25%. And you got a liquidation candle on the weekly time frame, and then you got more buying happening, right? And on the daily, you had 2 green crosses, and then you had a massive pump towards the upside. So right now, what you really want to be looking for is some green crosses on the daily time frame or on the 12-hour. Now, on the 12-hour, we actually have 2. Excuse me. Maybe we're getting a bullish burp there. We are getting 2 green crosses right here. But let's take a look at the 1 hour. I think we did get another green cross here as well. But I think there was one time frame that I was looking at that we actually got a red cross, so we could potentially see a tiny bit more downside before we start to trend back up. All right, that's enough for Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at S&P and the indices. And you guys can see today that we actually saw a nice little pump, and it gave it all back near the end of the day. Again, this was mostly caused with the dollar dropping today, but with this big move in the dollar, the dollar dropping this much, right? And it only upticking very slightly near the end of the day. Let me just reset the chart here. So you guys can see we got a big drop in the dollar today, and actually upticked, just a tiny bit back, and that was enough to push the markets all the way back down here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame. It's kind of like a 1-to-1 almost. All right, where are we? Monday 27. There we go. You can see that the markets start pumping, on that dollar drop right here, and then when it started rallying back up, you kind of saw the markets giving it all back. Very weak. I actually expected the markets to get a bit of more upside, definitely significantly more upside than what we got today. But overall, it's not out of the woods that we could potentially still come back up here, form a double top, and start to come back down afterwards. So don't be surprised if the markets rally up. Let's see here. Let's see how much we could rally. We could rally up another 5.3%. I would not be surprised at all. And if we start to come back down after that, that would be a beautiful setup for a giant short on the S&P or even on the Dow Jones, whatever markets you guys want to trade. I have all these charts laid out for the gold members. You guys can access them whenever you want. I think I have the Nasdaq one as well here. I actually should fix this. We actually do have another trend line here for the Nasdaq. I might as well add it right now while we're here. Again, if the Nasdaq does start to come down, I'm probably going to be taking a look at around this level right here to potentially long the Nasdaq if we end up holding this level. So let's take a look what that level is right now. So right around 11,500, 11,464 is where I would potentially set a long order for the Nasdaq, depending on when we make contact with this trend line. The longer we take, obviously, the more the target is going to be lowered due to the downsloping trend line. Okay, let's take a look at natural gas. Finally, a massive move today again in natural gas. Another 5% move, I believe, and we actually gapped up on the open, so we were actually up overall 6.5%. Again, another amazing move on nat gas. Again, so many people were bearish once we got to this level, and when you could take a look at, once again, let's reiterate this: KOLD, or cold, right? The pro shares ultra short for nat gas. You can see these giant gaps up. This move was probably an indication that the big players like hedge funds or big banks or whatever were exiting their positions. This was actually followed by a volume leader indicator, and then you could see that the big guys were starting to exit their KLD positions, which means the price could finally start to rise back up. And after that, we saw a very big reversal in cold. Cold dropped 35%, and boil, which is actually the inverse of cold, actually rose 60%, I believe, from the lows. 4.3 from the lows. It's up over 48% now, and it still has room to go. Boil, UNG, and natural gas, all derivatives. Actually, sorry, KOLD, boil, and UNG are all derivatives of natural gas, but UNG and boil are the bullish ones. UNG still has a ton of room to run here, but don't be surprised if we get a pullback in natural gas. Let me just get over here. Let's actually get back on my natural gas chart. Don't be surprised if we do get a pullback in natural gas. It would not be out of the woods. You guys can take a look at the 4-hour time frame right now. We are quite oversold on the RSI, right? What would make sense is that you would come back and retest that 20 EMA or that 50 EMA as support, and then get a nice bounce back up. Hold this level, $2.70 as support, and then once you can do that, and you can start making your next leg up towards the upside, and then you can get a bigger rejection down, and then you can make a bigger break back up towards the upside. So this is probably what I'm going to be looking for on natural gas. Going to be very patient, just gotta wait, and then you will reap the rewards once once you wait. Usually the people that have the most patience and wait for those gains usually make the most as well. So again, major target right around $3.50, and then you got another major target right around $4.40. I believe if you draw this down to do a fib retracement from the high here, oh, that's not a fib retracement, this one right here. Let's do a fib retracement from the highs, right? Swing high to your swing low. Let's see what we get. And you're probably going to get something right around that 50% retracement is going to be right at $4.50. And then you got the 3-2 at $3.96, and then you got your $2.25 for your 2.236, right, for your retracement right there. So those are going to be my targets. Again, major targets would be maybe probably around $3.50, which is around these lows right here. So keep an eye on that, guys. Okay. All right, let's take a look at oil. Oil, again, getting a bit of a down day here. I guess you could say it's starting to get squeezed now with this upsloping trend line. At one point, it will break. If it just keeps bouncing back and forth here, eventually it's going to crack. In my opinion, if we do break towards the downside, you will see these ExxonMobil stocks and these Chevron stocks, these big oil companies are finally going to get their next leg towards the downside. Again, to me, this is starting to look like bearish consolidation before its next leg down to potentially 105, 106. But if we do get a bounce back up here, it would also form a very nice head and shoulders. So again, head and shoulders usually have the high success rate when you're near the highs of a chart, not usually where you're near the lows, because it's going to start to break down, right? Okay, let's take a look once more at gold and silver. Again, gold getting a bit of a bid today. Again, if the dollar it keeps rising here, then you will see more downside in gold. But the dollar gave up a lot of its gains today, so you did see a nice little bounce in gold. Let's take a look at silver. Silver, very similar situation. Actually, silver was down on the day today, even with the Dixie going down. So that was pretty surprising to me. But you are starting to get into some support right here, right around $20.60 for silver. However, I'm still very bullish on silver. Actually, very oversold on a daily time frame right now. Let's actually take a look at silver on wave trend, see if we could do any analysis on this right here on the daily time frame. We do have a green cross right now on silver, so I wouldn't be surprised if you actually get a reversal here, probably maybe back to $21.83. So let's see what happens. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. If you guys want to sign up for Big Cat Trading, the link's in the description. If you guys want to get access to all my trades and you enjoy the content that much and you want to help me, support me, then you can sign up for being a gold member or crypto member or stock member via the Discord link in the description. Love you guys. Peace.